So, to present the Michael Downing Humanitarian Community Service Award, I am pleased to welcome up to the stage the President of the New Hampshire Senate, Chuck Morse.
The judges don't stand behind the podium, so I think I'll do that. First of all, I think it's extremely important that we thank David for all his efforts, and that doesn't get lost in this evening, because David's one of those, like the Chief Justice, that goes out on his own and puts a spark in something and certainly makes a difference in our community. I just want to thank him for all that he's done. You know, I don't know in the Senate President's contract if they allow speaking after 9 o'clock at night. I can assure you that Senate Presidents debate budgets till 4 o'clock in the morning, and I can certainly do that with the governor, because we all believe in the same thing. We need to make sure we do what's right in the state of New Hampshire. And I can tell you, one of the first things that David Yasanker did was he had a gentleman come see me one time that was writing a book about leadership. And Chief Justice, you'll appreciate this. When he came, he interviewed me. I believe it might have been here. And when he got done, he sent me a note to tell me why he thought I was a leader and when he thought I was a leader. And he said, you know, when you were at that YMCA, or Boys and Girls Club, and you were 10 years old, and you and one other person saw a disabled person being picked on, and you decided to do something about it, that was the part of your life that made a difference. I'm here to tell you tonight, because the Chief Justice brought something back that I remember clearly. My father was behind those walls in Danvers. I remember being there as a 10-year-old. And I'll never forget that. And as I write budgets in the state of New Hampshire, I can assure you of this. I've never forgotten that. I think it's extremely important that we bring those things to our lives and we bring them to Concord. So as I get aggravated when some of you waste money on things, it's because of that. It's because I believe New Hampshire needs to be different. Now I'm here tonight because I honestly believe that we're creating an award that stands up to things like the Ganley Award, the Bill Brown Award, because my friend Mike Downing knew what Salem and the communities around it were all about. You know, Michael was always thinking about somebody else. I remember going to Mike's retirement, and I think I've said this before, as a policeman in Salem. Mike was like 42, and he said, this shouldn't happen. I shouldn't be retiring. I remember all those times that we got together as friends, went down to Boston for Toys for Tots. We were so proud when he was captain and commander. But tonight, we're giving an award about a gentleman that truly cared about this community. You know, when Mike was dealing with cancer, there wasn't one of us that were friends that didn't go in and talk to him about what we should still be doing. Mike honestly believed that he had things undone. Mike would not have liked us naming an award after him. I can tell you that. That wasn't Michael. But he certainly believed in this community. So now I come up here tonight, and I realize Michael's life got cut too short, and I'm going to give this award to a good friend. But the challenges that Salem faces right now, when the president of Rockingham Park will no longer be the president of Rockingham Park, definitely put something different in my mind. There is no doubt Eddie Callahan got every award in Salem, New Hampshire. Eddie Callahan looked at Salem as the area he could help the most. But then he told me 2 weeks ago, well, even the governor called me and said I have to help charities in Portsmouth. And he did that. And as I stand here tonight, I understand that Eddie supported Isaiah 58, but I want the public to understand what it means to many of us in this room. What it means is the Mike Downing Award is being awarded for the first time to someone that is as great as Mike Downing. And the fact that his life in our community is moving on is probably one of the saddest things that has ever happened to me. He's a personal friend. He still cares about everything in this community. He's coming out tonight, not because Eddie's getting an award. He's coming out tonight to help make Isaiah 58 better. I mean, Eddie put up with a lot of jokes while that trailer sat in front of Rockingham Park for so many years. I can tell you the bigger joke, Eddie, now is that really isn't an entrance because the state's fighting me every day about how to permit it. So I don't know if you ever would have got one when you put a casino in there. But the reality is, Eddie didn't stop fighting ever. Eddie's still lecturing all of us. He's still trying to teach us how to create charity gaming in Salem. He lives in the shoes of Mike Downing. And to me, that's a huge honor. And it's an honor to be up here today because Ed's thankless generosity can be seen in the work with Isaiah 58. And on behalf of the organization, it is an honor to recognize Ed Callahan with the Mike Downing Award for his support of Isaiah 58 from the very beginning, and for all that he has done over the years to help all of those that are less fortunate living in our community. We love you, Ed. Congratulations.
You're not supposed to be emotional, Chuck. It's an absolute honor, very humbling. Mike Downing was a spectacular human being. So thank you, Heidi, because you helped make him what he was. Thank you to David and Karen, who cared so much to create Isaiah 58. Anything that we had done was very minor in comparison to the efforts that you guys had put into helping so many. I was very fortunate to work with an awful lot of wonderful people over the last 33 years. In Salem, we generated about $22 million over those years to close to 80 different charities, between charitable bingo, games of chance, and a number of other things that we did at Rockingham Park. And whether it's the owners of that facility, whether it's the various employees in Rockingham Venture, the racing operation, Rockingham Gaming, the charitable poker operation, we were fortunate to be in a position that we could do that. There were charities not only in Salem, but Pelham, Atkinson, Hampstead, Portsmouth, Manchester, Berlin, New Hampshire, all spectacular operations who helped people all over the state of New Hampshire. And my participation was simply to help coordinate all of those efforts. So we're thrilled to have been able to do it. Thank you for honoring me, I guess. And I never would have been able to do it without a supportive family who have joined me this evening. They were kids when we got here. The first picture in Salem that we have of them. Father's Day, 1984. And through the years, they've supported us. And thank you very, very much.